Hi there, this is Jeff, and I'm going to walk you through how to get the artwork ready for the 10 foot wide, 8 foot tall, straight wall, easy tube display, also known as the tubular display. So to start off with, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply drag the template into Photoshop, and it's going to ask me a couple questions before it opens up. So the first one is you want to have the crop to set to media box, and then the resolution, you want this to be at 125 dpi. And that's how it gets printed out. It's already at 100% size, and so 125 dpi is what we want. Moving on, the next thing it's gonna wanna know is the color mode. And so if it's on RGB, you wanna go ahead and change that because the correct setting is actually CMYK. So once we have that in place, we can just go ahead and click OK. And also while that's opening up, it's important to point out that this particular template is gonna work whether you're doing the front side or the back side. So with the straight wall display, this template is going to be the same. So no matter if you're doing the front or the back. All right, so now that we have the template opened up here, the next thing we're going to do is talk a little bit about like the bleed around the edges and the safe zone. So if you look in a little bit here and you look on the edges, this dark blue area is actually the bleed. And so if you look around the perimeter there, you want to go ahead and extend the background all the way to the very outer edges into the bleed, but you want to make sure that all the important information, you know, your text, your logos, your pictures, everything is going to want to be in this yellow box. And so that way it's not too close to the edge, and also so it doesn't get cut off. All right. And so the next thing to point out is that you're actually going to want to design right on top of this template. That way you know that your proportions are going to be correct and just the overall layout is going to turn out right. And what you can do is you can actually keep the template as its own separate layer. So on the right hand side here, just make sure that the template is its own layer and that you can go to File and Place and begin adding in all your design elements, you know, your logos, your pictures, backgrounds. And at the end, what you're going to do is you're going to, once all the artwork is done and you're ready to go, you're going to go ahead and either hide or you're just going to delete the template layer altogether. Okay, but that's at the very end. The next thing I want to do is I want to show you an example of some artwork that does fit the template really nicely and give you an idea of what we're looking for. Okay, so here's some artwork that fits the template really well, and I know that because if I right click on the artwork layer and I go to blending options, I can change the opacity down just enough to where I can see the template actually right underneath the artwork. And this way it gives me a really good idea of the position and how everything is going to print out. Okay, so we can go ahead and cancel out of that. And another step that you want to do before you're all done is you want to make sure to zoom in by pressing Control and plus on the PC. And you want to zoom all the way in until about 1 inch equals 1 inch in real life. So here we have about 56 inches, 57 inches. That's about 1 inch in real life. And this way I can take the navigator tool and I can comb all the way around. I can look at the logo, I can look at the picture, and this way if there's any pixelation at all or you feel like the photos aren't acceptable, you can go ahead and swap them out so that they don't print out pixelated. So once you have that in place, you can go ahead and press Control minus and zoom all the way back out again. And at this point, what you want to do, since you'd be close to being finished, is you want to make sure to save a copy of the working layered file. So if you, in case you need to make any edits now or in the future, you can go ahead and revert back to that working layered file. So now that you've done that, you want to go ahead and either hide by just clicking the little eye symbol here, or what I usually just do, I just drag and delete the template layer into the trash can. So now what we're left with is just the finished artwork. So the last step that you're going to do before saving it is you're going to go to Layer and then Flatten Image. And what that's going to do is it's going to compress all those art layers into just one finalized print layer, and that is actually going to be the file that you're going to use to print off of. And so now that once you've done that, and you've flattened it, which makes it also more manageable to upload, you can then go to File and Save As. And usually you're going to want to save this as a PDF, and that's the preferred format. Make sure it's a high quality PDF. And From there, sometimes it doesn't let you save it as a PDF. So if it doesn't, then you can save it as a large Photoshop document file, which is a .psb. But for the most part, it will let you save it as a PDF. Just make sure it's high quality, okay? And that is actually your print ready file. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask, and good luck.